Hi, my name is Shannon and welcome to my channel. I promised you a Dior Privee video and that's what today is. I'm going to share some of my favorites from the collection and I'm also going to share some that I've sampled that I think are top tier. So let's get right into it. I'm not playing favorites today, but I'm going to start with Gris Dior. This is the first Dior Privee that I added into my collection and I am not going to lie, this was not love at first sniff. For a new perfume connoisseur, I didn't understand the chypre. I didn't know what a chypre was. I didn't understand the oak moss in here and some of the other notes. But this perfume has become an absolute favorite of mine. And it really smells like fresh rain. It's a tiny bit sweet. It's definitely a chypre, but for me, the chypre is like patchouli and rose sometimes, or maybe even like some fruity element to it. But it's really like the floral with the patchouli. And this just remains very fresh, very uplifting. It's actually one of my favorite, I feel like I say this a lot, but it's one of my favorite professional scents because it's extremely unisex and it makes me feel very bold, very kind of like I'm taking up space in the room and it makes me feel very powerful. So this is one of my favorites. It's definitely not just an everyday scent to me. I think it's I want to make a statement, like I'm a badass bitch kind of scent. So that's what this is for me. Let me share the notes with you. So there's oak moss, rose, and patchouli. And then there's bergamot, cedar, amber, and sandalwood. This has grown on me so much. I'm glad I got this ginormous bottle. I don't know how long this is going to take me, but it will be in my collection forever. I absolutely adore this. And that was Gris Dior. The next perfume is a very well-loved and iconic fragrance. And I'm talking about Ambre Nuit. I have a sample here. I do not have a full bottle of this. This is amber and rose. It is a very classy, classic perfume scent. Powdery, sweet rose, but still very unisex with the amber. Really beautiful. Definitely has a vintage leaning feel to it to me. And for that reason, I just don't think this is it's not as wearable to me. It's not something that I feel like I would reach for. And that's why I ended up with just the sample. So I do have this. I like to use it as a reference. And sometimes I pull it out and I smell it. I'm like, did I change my mind about this? But so far that's not the case. However, I will link the video to my testing iconic perfumes because I tested Ambre Nuit and one of my lovely subscribers and friends, Kate Hara, suggested that I check out the Espirit de Parfum. So let's do that. Ambre Nuit Espirit de Parfum. That is hard to say. This is recommended, like I said, from my friend Kate. Thank you so much. When I kind of dogged on Ambre Nuit, she said, listen, you need to try the Espirit de Parfum because it's incredible. I'm in love with it. And I immediately went out and ordered a sample. So you may know that Francis Kurkdjian has redone a lot of these with the Espirit de Parfum, which I'm assuming, think about an extrait de parfum. So let's give this a sniff. To me, this is very different. I get a very different experience with this, still very unisex. They added in a spiciness here though. There's cinnamon, there's definitely cardamom. I definitely get the cardamom. More spicy notes, and then amber and musk. So it's like running parallel to Ambre Nuit, but if you think about the rose that was in the original, this one adds in those spices. So it's still like that deep, rich amber, but there's spices. It has not been the time of year to wear this. I've worn this around the house maybe once or twice since I got it. I got this for my birthday, actually. That was the inspiration for a couple of the Dior bottles that I added to my collection. This is lovely. This is cozy and it's going to be so nice for fall. I highly recommend checking out the Espirit de Parfum. Even if you're not crazy about the original, this one has really kind of captured me and I'm so happy I have it now. The next birthday pickup I had, I did a little mini haul. You can check my short on which ones were new. But the next one is Bois d'Argent. I am really, really surprised that I ended up liking this, actually loving this as much as I do. This is a clean iris scent. It's fresh and uplifting. There's a little bit of honey running through in here, and I think it just makes it more intriguing. I also sampled Bois de Ris from Van Cleef & Arpels, and it just didn't have that something extra, that something special that Bois d'Argent has. I like that this is fresher, so I'm curious about the Espirit de Parfum. I know that there's more amber. I think it's deeper, and then some people say that it lasts longer because this isn't the most beast mode perfume. I'll just be honest. It's definitely one that you're going to have to respray, maybe spray your clothes. So performance on this is not amazing, but I love the scent of this. So Bois de Ris just didn't quite do it for me, unfortunately, because the price point is pretty different. And especially with the Espirit de Parfum, they get kind of astronomical, but this is really unique and special. I really enjoy Bois de Ris. So if you like that clean iris, fresh sort of scent, I highly recommend checking it out. And again, this is extremely unisex. I have another Francis Kurkdjian creation, no shocker there, and that's Dioriviera. This is the prettiest, cleanest, fresh fig. There's rose, it's green, it's bright, it's perfect for spring and summer. It's so refreshing. It's so amazing. The simplicity of the Dior Privee line to me is the beauty of it. They're simple, elegant perfumes. This is one of my favorite fig perfumes, actually. And so hence the reason I went with a monster. I don't think any of these are beast mode. So the fig, it doesn't disappear right away, but it's not going to last you like 8 hours. You probably get half a day with it. But this one is stunning, and I've just been wearing it a lot this time of year. Believe it or not, we have exhausted my full bottles of Dior, and currently I actually don't have any on my wish list. I'm curious about a few, and I'll share that in just a minute. First up, I have a favorite. This is Vanilla Diorama. So let's give this a little spritz. I love to do, this isn't really a first impression. I've sampled these before and basically did not put them on my full bottle list or did not put them on my wish list for one reason or another. So let's give Vanilla Diorama a sniff. Oh my God, I sprayed that. I'm like, oh, that actually smells really good. I'm like, why did this get put off of my full bottle list? Probably because of the price. Okay, let's take a look at the notes. I have them right here. Okay. Yeah. Why am I torturing myself? This is really good. Okay, let me smell this and we'll run through the notes together and just get a feel for this. I'm definitely getting a rich, a little bit boozy vanilla. Definitely getting some booze. I kind of cheated. There is orange in here. There's some orange and lemon at the top, and I kind of can smell that. It's actually really good. Slightly powdery. I'm really curious to try this on skin again. So at the top, you have orange, pink pepper, and lemon. Then you have rum, cacao, and cardamom. And then vanilla bourbon, sandalwood, and patchouli. This is right up my alley. Dang. You guys, why? Why do these have to be so good? Okay, I might set this aside in my sample tray because this is giving. Yeah, I like this a lot. I'm not going to say it's the most groundbreaking scent, but you know what I like about this Vanilla Diorama is that it doesn't smell too sweet. And I love the cacao in here with the boozy notes. There's rum. Definitely get a little bit of that cardamom, which I also really like. I don't think there's an Espirit de Parfum in this one, but I'm going to have to play around with this more because I'm really, I don't know, I'm vibing with the sample. It's really good. So yeah, I will report back and I will let you know because that's what I do. Moving on, this is a Francis Kurkdjian creation yet again, and I think this was a new release this year, maybe last year, talking about Bois Talisman. And they actually gave me like a little miniature bottle with like the order that I did. So if I like this, I have ample opportunity to like generously sample it. So that will be nice. I have tried this. I don't remember my impressions. I just remember that it didn't go on a full bottle list, or it didn't go on a love or like list. So let's give this another sniff together. That's also really good. I don't think it's grabbing me as much as the vanilla Diorama. Woody vanilla for sure. Yeah, it smells, I think the only issue I have with this is that it smells like other things that I have that are a lot more affordable. I'm trying to think of what else, but it's a very nice woody vanilla, smells unisex. I love that. So it's vanilla, sugar, smoke, and cedarwood. I think this could get interesting on skin. I definitely get a little bit of that smokiness. And it is reminding me of something. I probably have something very similar in my collection because I love a smoke note. I love smoky perfumes. Because I have that bigger sample, I may just set this aside with vanilla Diorama and play around with it. It's not jumping at me, but it is really nice. This is a very nice one too, and that was Bois Talisman. Next up, I have Rouge Trafalgar, and I was curious about this. So this is the most recent sample that I've purchased. Let's spritz this and refresh my memory. Fruity. Really, I remember when I first smelled this, I was like, this is really faint smelling. Like it's super light, which is nice in a way. It's like airy, watery, transparent, but it's kind of forgettable to me. I'm getting like sweet fruits, like watery sweet fruits. So let me read the notes. This is raspberry, strawberry, and cherry. So I definitely get that. A little bit of mandarin orange, black currant, grapefruit. Okay, so all the fruits. And then there's musk and patchouli at the base. Yeah, so here's the thing. I'm very intrigued about the Espirit de Parfum for this. So let me grab my little notes here. So the Espirit de Parfum, as far as I know, is very similar, right? This is Francis Kurkdjian, and I do feel like the Espirit de Parfum, they're deeper, they're darker, just like more vibey. And I'm like, yeah, I think that's probably something I would like. So there's cherry, pink pepper, rose, and then some more red fruit. So very similar profile with the Espirit de Parfum. Have you guys tried that one? Because I don't think the original is strong enough. Like, I just don't think it's strong enough to be worth it, but I am very curious about the Espirit de Parfum. So let me know if you've tried that. Do I need to go get a sample? I'd be curious to know your thoughts. The next sample I tried was Lucky, and this is a very well-liked, well-loved Dior perfume. I know a lot of people enjoy this. It's a fresh lily of the valley scent. There's some white florals, some ozonic notes. So I recall that I was not excited about it. So let's see if I've changed my mind. Straight up lily of the valley, for sure. I like this. It feels a little bit too sweet for me. So I have lily of the valley perfumes that I really love that I feel like lean a little bit more fresh. This is really nice. It's super clean feeling. If you like Lily of the Valley, like if that's one of your favorite notes, you need to smell this. It smells really good. It just doesn't smell very like special to me. It reminds me of a few designer scents that you could probably get for a lot more affordable than Lucky, although you may be able to find this discounted because it's been out a while. So this is nice. It's just not for me in terms of full bottle. The last perfume I have is New Look, and this is a Francis Kurkdjian creation. I believe it came out last year. I remember getting a sample of this when I ordered my Gris Dior, and I Again, was like, I'm good. I don't need that. So let's see if I've changed my mind or if it's the same. Straight up incense bomb. Incense bomb here. Yeah, cool. I don't dislike it. But it is basically a very cold incense fragrance. Could even be, I haven't pulled this aside from like Avignon, but it could be, it's similar though. They're both a very cold incense, which I do enjoy. I do enjoy an incense note. But for a Dior fragrance, and just, I feel like my expectations are really high. And especially with the price point of these fragrances, I expect a lot. And so if it's not quite there, like if it's not getting into like 10 out of 10 territory, I'm kind of out. So the ones that I have, I really love. I'm a huge fan of. I have to love these perfumes with the way the prices are going, with just all of that. I'm like, I need to love these. Otherwise, too, like I just want to collect perfumes that I love. I don't need likes. I don't need perfumes that I need to convince myself about. Again, some of these are nice. Definitely check them out. Everyone's taste is different. I did want to mention one perfume that I do not have a sample of, but I'm curious about, and that was Tobacolor. I'm not sure how to say that, but the notes are super intriguing to me. There's honey and tobacco, smoke, plum, amber, oriental notes, white tobacco, peach, and citruses. So I need a sample of this ASAP. Is this one good? Have you tried Tobacolor? I have Guerlain tobacco honey, so I don't know if it's going to be too similar to that, but this one has, I don't know, I'm intrigued. So let me know if that one's any good and you've tried it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video of my mini Dior collection, and also trying some samples together, getting a feel for, would you like this? Would you not? I hope it was helpful. If you like the content, then don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video.